All right, our first lesson here is going to be about patterns, identifying patterns, being able to describe the patterns, and then continue on the pattern either with numbers, sometimes with shapes. So, for example, here, kind of a story problem to start us off here. We go ahead and label this example one. If I can get my pen to work, example one. And so it says Colin gives his dog medicine every 4 days starting on May 15th. On what other days in May will he need to give the medicine? So, other than May 15th. And so obviously he starts on May 15th. We're going to go up 4 days, which will get us to May 19th to start off. 4 days from that would be May 23rd, of course. Up from there would be May 27th. Sorry about my messy handwriting. And finally, you obviously have to know how many days are in May, because it'll kind of depend on the month here as far as if there's going to be a 31st day, which there is. And so the last time that Colin needs to give his dog medicine would indeed be May 31st. So that would be kind of a simple example of kind of giving more information based off a pattern. Okay, so example two is just kind of a normal number pattern. So the first part of the question asks you to describe the pattern. The next part then asks you to write the next three numbers. So you're looking at 64, 32, 16, 8. And so you would want to describe that pattern. You could say a couple different ways. You could say the pattern would be to divide by 2, or have the previous number So that would be like describing the pattern. The next thing would then be to go ahead and give the next three numbers. So if you would take half of 8 or divide 8 by 2, your next number would be 4. You take half of 4, you would get 2. And you take half of 2 and you get 1. So that would be another example of kind of describing a pattern and then giving the um, next three numbers. So here's another example, example 3, where you're given a pattern, but in shape form. So you have a kind of upside down triangle, square, circle, upside down triangle, square. And so what would the next three shapes be? Well, you would have another circle. What comes after the circle? Another upside down triangle and another square. And so that would be giving your next three. So hopefully not too difficult here. Some of them are going to get a little bit more difficult. Sometimes there might be more than one thing you have to do. So here's another example. The pattern is multiply by 3. If the fourth number is 54, what are the first three numbers? So multiply by 3. So if the fourth number, so we're left with this kind of situation here. So we're kind of asked to almost work backwards here. If we need the first three numbers, so if to get to 54, you have to multiply this number by 3. Well, then to work backwards, that means you then have to divide by 3. So if we divide 54 by 3, you're going to get 18. So again, working backwards, so that means we have to divide that by 3, and you'd get 6. By 6, you get 2. So again, working backwards. So sometimes maybe not quite as simple as the previous ones. Describe, whoops, I'm sorry here. Describe the pattern, then write the next three numbers. So again, 72, 66, 60, 54. You could say minus 6. And of course, we would say it would be 48, 42, and 36. Pretty simple there. This next one, you can kind of already see the answer here because I messed it up, but So you have a circle, and then you have a triangle inside the circle, and then you have a circle inside the triangle. So kind of alternating. So if I kind of scroll down here, that would give you the idea um, of what the pattern would be, kind of alternating smaller circles, triangles. Don't worry about that homework assignment. Hopefully this was all fairly easy to understand.